Hey, good afternoon. This is from Anup Kelkar's Python Academy. Welcome back, friends. So today we are going to see one problem statement from LeetCode, which has been asked most of the time during the interview machine testing. Okay, so this video will help you to enhance or increase your knowledge. Okay, with this problem statement. So let's see what is the problem statement first. So we have to remove the duplicate from an sorted array. Okay, so an array is given to you. An array has name nums that should be sort in non-decreasing order. That means it is in ascending order, small to smaller to large one. So we have to remove some duplicates within the in place. Okay. So such that each unique element has been appear at most twice. The relative order of elements should be kept the same. Since it is impossible to change the length of the array in some language, you must instead have the result be placed in first part, the array nums. More formally, if there are k elements after removing the duplicates, then the first k element of the nums that should hold the final result. It does not matter what you leave beyond the first k element. Okay, so we have to return k after placing the final result. In the first case, lots of the nums are given to you. Okay, let's see what are the constraints they are given to us. Do not allocate extra space for another array. Of course, we don't allow another extra space for the array. You must do this by modifying the array in place with a complexity of 1 with extra memory. A judge is given to you. The judge will test your solution while writing the code. Okay, so the how will our example is visible, how we have to, what are the expected output based on that example there that is given to us. So as an output, we are providing the variable nums which hold the one container is in list form, where one will be repeated 3 times, 2 will be repeated 2 times, and 3 will be repeated 1 time. So while running this code, we were trying to get an output like it is a 5. There are the total unique 5 elements are there, and the num which is repeat, we will get the element which is repeating more than 2 times, but that should be printed as in 2 times only as an output. Okay, so for that we are getting the 1 as in 2 times, because as in input 1 should be repeated, 1 will repeated 3 times. Okay, then 2 will be repeated twice, of course, and 3 will be repeated. It will take little bit time because it is going to check the number of elements present in an array. Okay, so the your function should return k is equal to 5, that is a total element after removing the duplicates from an array, with the first 5 element of the num, that is of 1 1 2 2 and 3. It does not matter what you leave behind, it does not matter what you leave behind beyond the return k, hence this is underscore. Example 2 is given to us. Input, some element has been given 0 0 0 1 4 times, 2 1 times, 3 3 times. Output should be 7. Num is there, so 1 should be given. The function should return k is equal to 7 when the first 7 element of the num is 0 0 0 1 1 comma 2 comma 3 respectively. It does not matter what you leave beyond the return k, hence it is the underscore. Okay, so we have to follow some constraint. The number of element in the length num that should not be not exceeding 3 into 10 raised to power 4 and not less than 1. And the number of element, an array, in that each element that should be lie between the 10 raised to power 4 and plus 10 raised to power 4. Let's move to the problem statement here. Okay, so we are trying to write the code in solution class. In solution class, we have the one method whose name is remove duplicate, which contains some how many elements we were trying to remove from the num list, and whatever output we are getting, that is also is in a form of integer. So for that, first we will try to calculate how many elements are present in that list. For that, we will try to write if the length of num is the name of the list, if it is less than equal to 2, then what we will get, the we will return the length of nums, means how many elements are present in that list if this condition satisfied. Okay, after that we will trying to use for I in range 2 comma. So for that we need to pass the number of element. So number of element in the array is a, for that we will use length function. Within the length function we need to pass that list or array. After that we will try to compare the current element of that array. If it is not equal to nums, okay, so for that we need to insert the element. So for that we need to use insert pose, that should be subtracted from 2. If this condition satisfied, then we will get the current element of array into the insert position. For that we need to write insert pose, that will hold the current element of array nums. After that we will try to increase less equal to 1. So that will return some insert position. So we don't need to write that in whatever variable that will be written in parenthesis. So we directly write that variable name. So here let's minimize it. Here I had completed our code. Okay, okay, so let's try to write the object of that class, but before that we need to initialize array 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma 3. We had initialized an array whose element is 1 1 1 2 2 3 3. Now we need to create a object of that class. Solution. Now we need to create the element which will remove the duplicate element from that. Remove duplicates. Okay, we need to remove the, sorry, we need to write the correct spelling. We need to remove the duplicates while passing the number of array, that is a nums, that will return how many elements are present, how many elements are removed in, that will be hold the value of k in the k variable. Later on we need to print the content of element which is repeating at least to maximum 2 times. So for that we need to start the while parsing the list we need to start by index 0 up to the wherever the value of k should be present. Okay, so now I have to run this one. Let's see whether we will get correct output or not. Somewhere error is there. Okay, we need to return here. I think so. Again we are getting error. Okay, Mm, okay, I had written wrong spelling. Return. We need to we need to pass the slicing in square bracket. Okay, sorry, this is my mistake. Okay, now I have to run this one. Return is outside of function. Yeah, that should be written within the function. Hmm. Again we are getting error. Return is outside of function. Okay, we didn't return initialize insert position also. Okay, that should be start from 2. Okay, now we will run. Num is not defined. No. Okay, again num is not defined. It you means sum. I have to write here nums also. Now it's correct. Again we are getting wrong output. As an output we are getting Let's run this one whether we are getting correct or not. So here we had created the okay. So once again I will explain you. Okay, so yeah, we are getting the error because we didn't import this line. Okay, while typing we are created a list variable. Okay, so for that we need to first use list package. So for that we need to first import from typing import list. Okay, so here while removing the duplicate element, if the element which is repeating, if it is repeating two times, that will be keep as it is in list. But if it is repeating more than two times, so for that we need to place a pointer at index 2. So pointer for placing the next allowed number is that. So we keep this pointer insert position which should be start from the second index, that is the third element. Okay, so if they are going to check if the current element is not same, whatever number we are getting, okay, that should be passed is in I, that is index value. If that element is not same as first element of the array, okay, then that will insert that element into the insert position. So that will keep the now at that position at an index 2, that will keep the current value whatever value we are getting. Okay, and the insert position has been incremented by 1. Later on it will return what is the insert position is there. While passing the this array or list to the function, it will count from the insert position. It will first return length of num. So length of num, if you see, there is the 6, 1 2 3, 6 is there. So is 6 is less than equal to 2? No. Okay, so things will go out of the if loop. Okay, so that will be going to 2 to the 6. So they are going to print the element from 0 1 from here, because we want a element which is repeating exact two times. If they are repeating more than two times, that will be not accepted. Okay, so therefore we are writing this condition, and they are going to parse the list one by one with an element. If it is not repeating more than two times, that will be inserted into this at that position which is previously 2 at a second index or third element of the list. And that index element which is previously 2, now it will be incremented by 1. So this things is going on continuously until and unless we will achieve, we will completed the length of num as 5. Okay, is not accepted. So later on we will like this we will remove the duplicates. Okay, and we here we will print what element we have removed and how many elements we have removed. So if you see as an output here, as an output we had in that, while removing the total duplicate in that list, we have the total 5 elements, and what are that element that should be repeated here. Okay, so from this if you see, this is expected output, but as in input 1 is going to repeat it more than two times, so therefore 1 is removed. Okay, 2 is not, 2 is repeated but it is not repeated more than two times, therefore it should be kept within the list. And 3 is again that is not repeated, so there is no chance to remove it. Okay, so likewise we had written this code. So while doing such kind of code, it is important you have to first read the problem statement thoroughly. Later on you have to get hands on little bit DSA part or in Python also. So then and then this type of question you will be able to solve, otherwise you will face some issues also. Okay, so this is for today. If you have any doubt regarding this, please do comment us and subscribe our channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.